everybody, it's Christy back with another video, and this video is all about Sketchbox, but there are two things happening in this video because Sketchbox had a giveaway for a set of Hero Arts reactive inks, and I applied for the giveaway because those reactive inks last month were so cool, and I won. So before we get into this guy, I want to show you what I won. So we have a box here with all of these inks in it. And I'll be honest with you, I would have bought this set of inks anyhow, but oh man, am I excited. And they're all individually wrapped. So we're going to take them out of the box. Look at this. And we're going to make a decision about whether or not I'm going to take them out of the packaging right now. I think I might. If I do, then I'm going to speed this up so that you don't have to watch it. Let's just do one and see what happens. So this is Lemon Drop, which feels like one of the colors we originally had, I think. Yeah, okay, so they're going to come out nicely, but that's going to be way too much crinkling for my own ears if I was listening to this video. So I'm going to go ahead and just speed through this. I will let you watch me do it, and then I will come back and I will talk to you about each of these inks before we unbox our Sketchbox. Okay, so let's just go through the 18 colors here, and then I am going to make a video just about these. It's probably going to be a pretty long, extensive video because I have not had a full set of reactive inks like this before, even when I was super into just being a card maker or crafter. So I am really excited to play with these. So we have a white ink called Sea Salt. We have Lemon Drop, which was one of the Scrawler Box colors. We have Creamsicle. Love that one. Fruit Punch. Taffy. This one's called Berry Smoothie. It's definitely needs either shaken up some more. I've got to figure that out because some of them I feel like there is like a dual quality to them, which I'm really excited about. Same thing with this Thistle. It looks lighter on the bottom. And then we've got this Grape Slush. And this one's called Purple Galaxy. I can't wait to open this bottle. It's got all kinds of colors happening in here. Then on the blues, we have Blue Hawaii, Splash, Blue Raspberry, Pool Party. Love me some nice teal options. Green Apple, which again, this one, some of these just need more mixing time, I think. Key Lime Fizz, Root Beer, Fog, and Licorice. So I am really excited to see what all of them do and play with them in another video, but I'm super excited. I just wanted to show you guys that I won the 18 inks. And thank you to both Sketchbox and Hero Arts for this giveaway. And I am really excited to play with them. Sketchbox actually asked me on one of my most recent videos, I think it was this video, when I talked about how excited I am for their partnership with Hero Arts and how I think that there are a lot of really high quality crafting supplies out there that could translate really well to art boxes in the art community. And they asked if I would like to see more of this. And personally, I would, because I know these companies and I know how hard they work to put out really good products for their craft community. And I think that as far as art subscription boxes go, there should be a little bit more crossover between the art community and the craft community. If you're somebody who's a beginner, who's getting into these kinds of hobbies, it's kind of nice to know what the different companies are that are out there. And maybe, you know, everything doesn't have to be super, like, I just don't think we should be gatekeepy as a community. So that's my 2 cents on the issue. I really think that there are some really good craft companies out there that could be highlighted. And I think Hero Arts is definitely one of them. They have been awesome for a very long time in the crafting community as well. So these will be their own video that's upcoming on the channel. Look out for that. And let's go ahead and get to the unboxing of the July Sketchbox. So once again, my mail people here have tried to stop me from seeing somebody's beautiful artwork, but I pulled the sticker off as best I could to show you this amazingly gorgeous owl by Liz. And there is Liz's Instagram, and I will definitely be following them because just look at that. Wow, what an awesome, awesome job they did with that box. So I'm very, very impressed. And let's go ahead and see what's in this July Sketchbox. July is World Watercolor Month, so it'd be cool if there were some World Watercolor Month things in here. Oh, I see watercolors too. Yes. All right. Ooh, okay. Already like it. Water brush like that. Oh, I see something that looks like a palette. Let's get it all out of here. Oh, and a book. No way. Okay. Sketchbox signature. And this is a watercolor palette. Is it really? Oh, look at that. So this reminds me of the Superior or Artsy watercolor fan palettes, but it is a nice curated color selection. And that's a lot of paint. That's a lot of watercolor. And then we have, oh, look at this artwork. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there is Anastasia's Instagram. Definitely going to follow them as well because this has the feel of, so we have a Copic multiliner in warm gray. We have a black walnut brown Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencil. I have this full set, but I always love when we get nice high quality supplies. And then we have a water brush. I'm not the craziest about water brushes, but this screams like urban sketching. I think that the theme of this box feels very much like plein air or urban sketching kind of deal. So we've got, yeah, a water brush. I'll see how it works. My daughter likes them. This one doesn't look too bad, so maybe I will like that one. Faber-Castell. And then we have a Hannah Mule watercolor book here. Let's find out what this guy's about. So Hannah Mule is usually, again, a really good company. This is the Academy. So I'm guessing this is a cellulose watercolor sketchbook, and that's okay. Because if I can get it open, I really don't want to rip that, but I'll just rip it in a spot where it's not too tough to look at. Let's see in here. Oh, nice. Okay, yes, this reminds me a lot of like the Stillman and Byrne mixed media sketchbooks. It feels like nice cellulose paper. Let's see if there's any information on the back here. 200 GSM, 30 sheets. So natural white watercolor paper featuring a fine grained structure on both the front and back sides. Suitable for wet painting techniques. Ideal for panoramas. Oh, because it's like a lay flat. Oh, nice. It does. It does really set up nicely with a couple clips. You could really go to town on that. I love the front cover. It's so nice and has a really nice texture. It has the flip close here. So, wow, for World Watercolor Month, man, you would, I already have my setup planned for that, but man, you would be set. You would have a nice set of paints. You would have your book. You would have all of your sketching stuff, and you could go to town. So let's see what it says here. Sketchbox Signature Opaque Watercolor Palette. Ooh, so some of these are opaque colors, so maybe there's a little bit of a gouache nature to them. That's super cool. Features a wide range of colors and hues. Faber-Castell watercolor pencil. Nice. Faber-Castell watercolor brush. Copic multiliner. And then the landscape watercolor sketchbook. So I love it when we curate boxes really well like this. And I just think this is cool. So let's get to swatching and playing, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. But I mean, so even if you end up really disliking this paint, look at this palette. What a nice thin palette, and it opens so easily. And wait, does this clip in here? Wait a minute. Does it clip in? No, it doesn't. Okay. I got really excited for a minute there because I was like, if this clips in there, that would have been really cool. It's okay that it doesn't. Does this clip in there? No, I'm just trying to make things work that don't. But I do love a thin palette, man. I love a palette that can just go with you like this. So even if you ended up really not liking these paints, you could pry them out and then you could fill these shallow wells with paint of your choice and off you go. So let's get to swatching. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I am going to talk about my final thoughts on this box now. Even though I'm not quite finished with these pieces yet, I am trying to catch up for World Watercolor Month. So I was working on these and I really like them. I am just waiting for them to dry and I need to be efficient with my time today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how I feel about this box and what the prices are. And then I'm also going to give you like a little recommendation just because it's World Watercolor Month and Prime Day's coming up. Lots of reasons that I might suggest some watercolors to buy. So first of all, let's talk about these supplies. This is not the book that came with these supplies, but this is the book I'm doing my World Watercolor paintings in. So I will come back to this in a minute, but they're turning out pretty nice. Let's talk about the actual swatches in the book that it gave me. So first of all, we have 18 colors here. We have some beautiful colors. This little palette of, I'm going to call them superior watercolor paints. I am 90+% sure that this is the superior brand of watercolor paints. If you've ever seen the fan palette that's really, really popular, we have one. My daughter really likes it. It's her travel palette. They are great paints, especially for the purpose of travel. There are 18 paints in here. This is a super nice, handy, flat watercolor set that you can take with you. And these are the colors, including what they're calling an opaque white. Let me go ahead and just, while we're talking, I'm going to go ahead and do a line of white, a pretty thick line of white over these, and we're going to let it dry and we're going to see how opaque it actually is, because I think it's decently opaque. I still, if I were me, would have a white gouache with me if I was going to really want white or a white gel pen, but I really do like the color selection here. There's very little mixing that you really have to do. You can mix some really cool colors, like I mixed a bunch of these, because there isn't really, like there's this aquamarine, what are they calling it, blue-green here, but sometimes I like something that's a little more on the teal spectrum. Sometimes I like to try to get something that is a little bit more like a Payne's. This is called Payne's Gray. This is more of an indigo. This is like a mauve-y color. I know that it says we have rouge, iris rouge, and red here. So this is the red, this is the rouge, and this is the iris. So I wanted to see if I could get a mauve. Added some white to some of these. And I guess this white, if you look down here, does cover that black pretty well. It is a little bit shiny, but not too bad. But overall, these paints are awesome. And this watercolor book is awesome. I did not do my piece in here, like I said, because it's a whole sketchbook. And I'm going to save it for maybe another World Watercolor Month or a different art challenge. But I definitely think it is a great sketchbook and definitely quality and worth the money. As a matter of fact, I think this whole box is worth the money. This is a great watercolor pencil. It's Albrecht Dürer, which is the Cadillac of watercolor pencils. Faber-Castell really knows how to do it. And the fact that it is a brown that isn't in the set. So if you look at the brown that they gave me here, because this is the 18 and then this is the Albrecht Dürer pencil. So you can see it's very different from the brown that is in the set. So I really liked that. And then I like getting a gray Copic, because a gray Copic is light enough that if I want to sketch something out and go over it, I actually can, and this will go away. Or I can go over things and it will sit on top and you'll be able to see, for the most part, there's a few colors that are darker than it, but you would be able to see it as well. So it gave me a lot of versatility in the box. The water brush was a water brush. I don't like water brushes. This one was nothing spectacular. As a matter of fact, I think it's overpriced. Not that Sketchbox overvalued it, because it cost the same when I looked it up on Amazon, but just that it's overpriced. Sorry, Faber-Castell. This is not a product I'm willing to pay $10 for. So if I were you, I would skip this if you are recreating this box. Let's talk about pricing, because this box was a steal. I paid a little less than $40 for it because I do 3 months at a time for the Sketchbox. but if you do Sketchbox 1 month at a time, I think it's $40 including the shipping. So the value that Sketchbox gives this box is $53.90, which is awesome. The value that I gave the box was $51.94. Now, there are some caveats here and things that I would like to explain. So let me set this down so you can look at it, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this box. These paints, they value at $18. There are 18 paints in here for $18 plus the palette. Not a bad value. Honestly, it's a good value. But if you want to recreate this box without buying the Sketchbox, you could go on Amazon, and for $16.99, you can get a Superior watercolor fan palette that will have around 42 paints. So it's less than this, and you're getting more paint colors. Usually there's some metallics in there as well. Again, we have one that is in the house somewhere. They are fantastic palettes. They are very, very cool. The one that we have is like, it looks like a cell phone case, and it flips open and then everything kind of sprawls out. That's my favorite of the different kinds of these. I think that's a little bit less cumbersome than the fan. The fan seems cumbersome to me, but this is a really nice design for a palette. So I will give Sketchbox the fact that they designed something that I want to use, because I don't mind the paint in the Superior watercolor sets. I don't like the cumbersome nature of the fan palette. So this is much more user-friendly for me, and I do really like it. If you don't like the Superior watercolor paints, which you might not everybody does. I do, but not everybody does. Then you might want, if you wanted something like this, my suggestion would be to purchase a Daler-Rowney Aquafine palette. So this is the Daler-Rowney Aquafine palette. I've talked about it before. And it looks like this. It's very similar. This one has 24 colors. It's nice and flat. You can see mine is well loved. This is not the brush that comes with it. I don't remember what this brush is from. Maybe my portable painter. But it comes with a round 4 brush that's a very nice brush. I used it and abused it, and it's gone. So you wouldn't even need the water brush with it. And this palette on Amazon is $21.77 for $24. And with Prime Day coming up, you might want to keep an eye on it. I don't know that it'll go on sale, but a lot of things do. So you might be able to get this cheaper. You also could get their set of 12 paints for $11.25, which is less than this. And it's a nice mixing set. It's half of these paint colors. Again, a lot of these are just convenience colors for me. The set of 12 is a really good set, and it is a really compact palette like this. So I will link those below in this video in case anyone is interested in them, just because, like I said, if you're looking to recreate this box, but you don't like the Superior watercolors, this is something I would consider. All right, let's keep talking about pricing. The Albrecht watercolor pencil, I can get a little cheaper at Blick, but it's a valuable item. Like I said, it is a quality watercolor pencil. It works great for sketching. It will completely dissolve. They are amazing. I have the full set. Love them. This Faber-Castell water brush is $10. And on Amazon, it's $9.82. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not paying $10 for this. Not even if I liked water brushes would I pay $10 for it. It really leaked a lot of water, and maybe it's just user error, and I'm really bad with water brushes, but I plein air paint all the time, and I don't use them. So again, I would rather spend my money on a round 6. This is a Princeton Heritage. It's kind of bougie, so it's probably not your budget-friendly brand, but you can definitely, for $10, find a really nice round 6 brush that'll meet all of your needs. So consider that. A Copic multi-liner for $3.99, that is the price. And the watercolor sketchbook from Hahnemühle was very well priced. It is a great sketchbook, and it is one that I'm going to use. And as we look here, you can see that white watercolor is opaque. So all in all, this is a fantastic value. If you can grab this box, you should snag it. If you don't like the Superior watercolor paints, then I gave you some suggestions on how you could play along with this box or recreate this box. The other thing that I didn't talk about yet that I think is so cool is that everybody got this box before World Watercolor Month. So if you, even though this isn't a sponsored box from Doodle Washed or anything like that, if you wanted to play along with World Watercolor Month, they literally gave you a whole plein air setup that you could throw in any small bag and go and paint. And including the sketchbook, like you could do everything with just what they gave you here, right? This is what came in the box. and you could go and do it. And that is amazing. What an amazing value for $40. So Sketchbox, golf claps, you've done it again. I really have been on the Sketchbox train lately because I just think they're doing it and they're doing it well. And I'm really enjoying everything that they have been doing lately. So again, if you are into it, there it is. And I hope that you check it out. Let's get back to the art that I did today. I'm not quite finished with it. I'm going to do a few more details on each of these pieces. Day 6 was flavor. I wanted to do a popsicle that reminded me of like a lime kind of popsicle because I used to love those. They used to be called Edie's fruit bars and they had lime ones, but they're called something else now, but I really love those. And then a lemon. I always love to paint a lemon. I'm imagining that this is sitting up against a counter, not just floating in midair. There's like a white counter behind it. But yeah, I think they're turning out nicely. Again, the point of World Watercolor Month is just to try to put paint on your brush every day. If you don't do a day, it's fine. Usually for me, if I miss a day, I try to catch up if I can because I like to stay with it. And at the end of the month, I like to kind of see what I created for each prompt, but it's just to get you creative juices flowing. So hopefully you guys are playing along and enjoying it. And I think next week I might do a day where I work on some World Watercolor Month stuff live. I have some time next week for like the first time in my life, and I'm thinking about doing a live. So would you like to see me do something live? Did you get this box? What did you think about this box? Let me know all of that in the comments below. And that's going to be it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that this encourages you to get out some watercolors and paint on your back deck tonight. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.